What's going on, fellow knife lovers? Welcome to Nice Knives. Today we're doing another video on knives that you can get for $70 or less. These are all just my opinions, and I do not own every knife that is around this price range. If there are any knives that you guys own or know about that are in this price range that you feel are probably better than these here, please leave that in the comments below. So I'm also going to rank these knives, what I feel are my top three, and then we're also going to show 4th, 5th, all the way up to 8th place. So we'll get started here. First off, we're going to start with the Kizer Militaw. This is the full-size Militaw. This has the G10 scales with the party streamer inlay. Very nice knife. Nitro V blade steel. Got a drop point blade on ball bearings, and it is a liner lock. This has got very good action. You can front roll it very well, which I feel is actually probably my favorite way to deploy it. Very cool knife. I do feel like getting my finger in for reverse flicking is a little challenging, maybe just for my size of my hands. It just feels like it's a little high up, so I have to hold it kind of high to get my finger where I need it to be. And so I'm basically pinching the top of the knife to get the reverse flick, which feels a little uncomfortable, but the top roller works fantastic, and it's got great blade steel, and the ergos are very comfortable. So yeah, so there you go for that. This one will run about $70 right now, $65 to $70 from Kizer's website. Second up, this is the Ironfly Yolo. This is Kenwoo's budget line. So this is a plunge lock. This has 14C28N blade steel. Very nice, pretty chunky. It's got great ergos, plunge lock. This has the G10 scales. Pretty good action. It reverse flicks very well, even though the blade is pretty heavy. So this is definitely a reverse flicking finger exerciser. This will bulk up that muscle in your finger pretty good because that blade is pretty hefty. But it is comfortable. Your finger fits right where you want it to be for reverse flicks. And thumb flicking works well too, as well as just using the plunge lock. The ergos, like I say, are very good. When you choke up with that finger choil, you got your jimping there. So it is a very comfortable knife, fits very good in the hand, and you get a lot of blade for your money on this one. This one runs $70 right now. Used to be $80. So this one is now $70. So the Ironfly Yolo. Third up, this is the Civivi Cubit. This is the aluminum scale, 14C28N, full flat ground blade. Very good action, plunge lock on this. It's got a little bottle opener there. Very thin geometry behind the blade, so it's a very slicey knife. Very good weight. Very comfortable knife. Little bit of texture on the aluminum scale, but it does have really good action with the plunge lock. Sometimes it bounces out. You can reverse flick it as well. So I feel it's a pretty good knife. I really like this one. This one is about $67 on Amazon right now. I did put a titanium Civivi clip on there, and it is reversible as well. So very good knife. And this one is the Civivi Cubit for $67 right now on Amazon. Next up, the Vosteed Raccoon. This is a top liner lock. This version has micarta scales, reversible tip-up clip as well on ball bearings, and it has a 14C28N steel blade. Very good action on this for a top liner lock. I have a couple. This one has superb action with that top liner lock. Very nice on this one. This one will run about $65. Yeah, so $65 for the Vosteed Raccoon. These are going to be a little hard to find. You could probably find them on like Whatnot and stuff like that, eBay. So you might have to pay a little bit of a premium, but typically these things are $65. And then like, yeah, I really like this one. So the Vosteed Raccoon, top liner lock, 14C28N. for about 65 bucks. Next up, now this is the Civivi Elementum. This is the OG, the original version. I don't have the button lock version, otherwise I would be showing that. So I'm showing this in its place because I wanted to kind of portray the Elementum 2 that has Nitro V steel and it has a plunge lock. This one is D2 steel if I'm not mistaken, and it is a liner lock. So yeah, the plunge lock variation of this I feel it's definitely going to be a lot better with the Nitro V steel. I think that the Civivi Elementum 2 with the Nitro V runs on Amazon for about $65. So, but I am showing that in its place because I don't have that knife. But you get the idea. It's going to look the same, but it's going to have a plunge lock. It's going to have Nitro V steel. Next up, this is the Kubey, the Kubey Breeze. This is a Axis style lock. It's got very strong springs. You really got to whip your hand in there to get it to close properly. It still has to break in. This one I haven't really messed with very much. It's still pretty new. I did get some oil in it, some KPL I should say, and been trying to get this broken in, but I haven't carried it much and I haven't used it much. But it is a fantastic little knife. The ergos work very good on this. This one's G10, 14C28N steel with the Axis lock, and I do believe it is on ball bearings. Could be washers. I have to really investigate that, but very good ergos. Not really a good finger choil for choking up, so it's kind of a, you get your 4 fingers on the scales, but you do have your nice jimping up a little higher on the spine of the blade to get your good choke up grip here. So it's a pretty decent little knife. This knife runs $70, $69-ish dollars. So the Kubey Breeze. Then we are going to move on to the Kubey Scimitar. Now the Kubey Scimitar, this one has G10, 14C28N steel blade. It's got that scimitar shaped blade there. This one is running on ball bearings, liner lock, flipper tab deployment only. Very good action with the flipper tab. It's not weak coming out, so it just rockets right out of there. I like that about it. The ergos are very comfortable, and it has, this is actually the exact same size as the Benchmade Mini Bedlam. You put them side by side, lengthwise in the entirety of the knife, it's the same size as the Mini Bedlam. So this is a good option if you wanted to get a mini Bedlam, but you just don't want to spend the hefty price tag for the Benchmade. Very good knife. So this one here, the Kubey Scimitar, used to be $70 or is still $70 from Kubey's website, but right now you can get this on Amazon for 56 bucks. 14C28N steel blade. Non-reversible clip though, so not bad for that price. Next up, we are going to we're going to run out of room is what we're going to do. The Spyderco Tenacious. Now the Spyderco Tenacious, this is the made in China Spyderco. Runs anywhere between $55 to $80. I think you can get this for $55 on Amazon. This is the half serrated version, and it has 8 CR13 MOV steel. They have a bunch of different variations of this one. Liner lock. It's on washers. Reversible clip, 4 different ways. Tip up, tip down, both sides carry, so it's very good. The action for reverse flicking is very good. However, it's not very drop shutty. You could obviously loosen up the pivot, but I've just been trying to break it in, get those phosphorus bronze washers to smooth it up for me, and I've been putting lots of KPL in there. So I got it to reverse flick very well, but closing, you still have to kind of manually close it. And I get a little squeak when I close it too. I don't know if you hear that. But other than that, it's a great knife. I do like the Spyderco Tenacious. This one here, like I said, is $55 to about $80, and it's 8CR13 MOV. So there's that. Now, the CRKT Fossil. This one here is also 8CR steel. This has a hollow ground, like a recurve blade with some nice G10 on top of stainless liners, non-reversible clip, and it is frame lock, and it's on ball bearings. Flipper tab, pretty good action with the ball bearings. It does reverse flick very well. However, it is very kind of uncomfortable to hold. You can't really choke up on it. The choil isn't big enough for you there. And the jimping is very, very kind of aggressive. So this one typically, I think, runs about $65 on Amazon. So HCR, 13 MOV, and G10 on ball bearings, non-reversible clip. So there's that. I'm just going to put that one right there. Now another CRKT. This is the CRKT Ripsnort. This one used to be about 60 bucks. It's $40 on Amazon, so it's not really fair that it's in this video, but I figured it's close enough, and I missed it in my other video for the $50-ish knife, so we're putting it in this one. This has the G10 scales. This one is a very chunky liner lock, almost more like a frame lock. Very heavy knife. It is right side tip down carry only, and this is also HCR 13 MOV steel. Kind of a got that cleaver, the cleaver shape to it. Very heavy knife, on ball bearings. The action is very good. I think just because the blade's so heavy, it just wants to drop shut. You can see that there, but it is very heavy to deploy with your thumb. So, but yeah, this one will run the Ripsnort 2, actually. This is the Ripsnort 2. $40 right now from CRKT. So yeah, you can get this knife for pretty darn cheap. So if you like this one, you could check that one out. Now next, we are going to look at the SOG Pro-Win XR. This one here has the G10 scales. It has the XR style lock, reverse flickable, cryo D2 blade steel, and this one's designed by Mikkel Willemsen. It is a reversible tip up clip, and pretty good action on these. It has been, no, it has not been. So these are non-skeletonized steel liners, but the action is very good. It's got a flipper tab. You could deploy it with the XR lock and the flipper tab, as well as the thumb and reverse flicking. So this has got some great action, D2, cryo D2 steel, and this one runs $70 on SOG's website, or you can pick this Pro-Win XR up from Amazon for $65. So there's that one. Put that there. Next up, this is the Kubey hide. Used to be $80. It's $56 on Amazon right now. This one has the Ultim scales. It's got a top roller for deployment and the thumb holes for deployment as well. 14C28N steel blade, reversible clip, on ball bearings, skeletonized liners, and it's a liner lock. Very good action for the front roller. Getting your thumb into the thumb hole is so small, it's kind of tough to get in there. I can just barely catch it with my thumb. And also for reverse flicking, I gotta really dig my finger in there to get, just trying to show you, trying to get it in there. But ergos are very comfortable. I like how it feels in the hand. I like the weight of it. I like the shape of the blade, and I like that it's 14C28N, and it does have very good action. But my favorite way of deploying this knife is the over-the-top roller. So I like how it doesn't stick out of the top too high. It's got some good jimping, and it works very well for that. So this knife here, I think I already mentioned it, but it is, $56 on Amazon and $80 from Kubey. So the Kubey hide. Next up, this is an American-made Kershaw. This is a classic. Everybody should know about this knife already. This is the Ken Onion Kershaw Leek. This is spring-assisted, 14C28N steel hollow ground Warncliffe blade, made in the U.S., and it is reversible tip up or tip down carry. Very good frame lock action. Spring assist, very good. Ergos on this are pretty good. The scales are made of steel, and they are a little slick, so classic knife. Love the shape of it. Love the ergos of it. It carries very well. It's not a very deep carry though, especially when you flip it for tip up carry. But it is made in the USA, and this is a classic knife. This here, let's see, what does this one go for? This one runs for $99 on Kershaw, but you could actually pick up the Kershaw Leek from Walmart for 60 bucks, around 60 bucks. And I think they have the silver, and they also have a Walmart exclusive that is all black stonewash. So that's where I'd pick one up. If you were going to get a Kershaw Leek, you'd probably want to pick it up from Walmart. So there we go. So those are all the knives that I have here. I do have a bonus knife that I'm going to show at the end. So now let's start getting rid of some of these knives that I think we should take away. Let's try to get the most for your money for 60 to 70 bucks. So first knife we're going to take away from here is definitely going to be the Ripsnort 2. This thing, gone. Now, second one to disappear from this board here is going to be the Fossil. This thing, gone. Not a huge fan. It's pretty cool looking, but there's issues on that. I'm going to do a full review on this, and you'll see why I don't really care for this knife, other than the fact that it looks cool. So we're getting rid of the Fossil here. Now, the next one to go away, let's see. I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Kershaw Leek. Very cool knife. It is made in the USA. It's got great blade steel, and it's spring assisted. But compared to some of these other knives, I feel like we're getting rid of this one. That's just my opinion. So that's just my opinion. Next, we're getting rid of the SOG Pro and XR. I do like this knife. I do like the SOG Pro and XR. It is very big. It is very chunky. It's got very good ergos. You could choke up on it very well. So it's pretty tactical, but it is pretty heavy knife. So we're getting rid of that one. Oh, and I did forget to show you, just in case you didn't see my little skeleton lanyard on there, in case you were curious of what that was. So I made that thing. One of my only few lanyards I got. So getting rid of these SOG Pro and XR. Now we are going to get rid of... We're going to get rid of the Civivi here, the Civivi. I know this isn't the Elementum 2, but the ergos are going to be the same. Just the blade steel is going to be different, and it's going to be plunge lock. So I kind of have an idea of what that would be like. It is one means of deployment only with the flipper tab. So it's a great knife. Civivi Elementum is very good, but I feel like there are better options here. So we're getting rid of this one. We are also going to get rid of... We're going to get rid of the Kubey Breeze. I think we can get rid of this one. Very good action. This one might be coming back to the table for 8th place. We're going to find out. We're also going to get rid of the Tenacious. Very good. It is Spyderco, but it is 8CR13 MOV steel. So that's kind of lackluster in my opinion. So we're getting rid of the Tenacious. And we're also going to get rid of the Kubey Scimitar. Very cool blade shape, but it is one means of deployment, and it's kind of a unique shaped knife. So not kind of a knife maybe for everyday carry. Not that you couldn't everyday carry this, but it's kind of a unique knife. So we're getting rid of that one. Now the next one we are going to get rid of is going to be the Kubey Hide. We're going to move the Kubey Hide. Love the ergos on this. Love the blade shape. I just wish the hole was a little... Doesn't even necessarily need to be bigger. Just the cutouts here on the scales could have been maybe ground down or chamfered down for you to get into the hole a little better. But other than that, has very good action. So, but we're going to move the Kubey Hide as well. So that's leaving us down to 4. So we are going to move... I think... We're going to move right now. We're going to move the Ironfly Yolo. It was a tough choice between the Yolo and the Kizer for me, but we're going to go ahead and move the Yolo. This is a tough 3rd place, but we're putting that aside for now. Now we're left with 3. Now, out of these 3, you take a guess at which one you think I would say is going to be number one. My number one for these three knives here, and like I say, your opinions may differ from mine, is definitely the Vosteed Raccoon. Top liner lock, micarta, 14C28, and steel. Fantastic action on those thumb studs. They are done very well. The choil here is fantastic for the sharpening choil. The reversible clip for tip up, and it has a nice little plate inside there for the clip when you're not using that side, so that's very cool. But I just really like the way this action is for a top liner lock. It's got great action. So this would be my number one pick. So first place, definitely the Vosteed Raccoon for $65. Easy first place win. Now second place, we are going to do the Civivi Cubit. This thing has got some fantastic action, very comfortable in the hands. The ergos are great. The geometry on the blade is fantastic with that full flat grind. Like I say, 14C28N. The plunge lock on this works awesome. And it does have a bottle opener if you ever so want to open your bottles with the knife here. But very good action. Just love this thing. And this thing is, like I say, $67 on Amazon. And I think Walmart has this for the same price. And it just makes a really cool pop sound here. Yeah, very cool knife. So this is easily second place. So clearly, third place, the Kizer Militaw. Good ergos, Nitro V, liner lock, front rolling deployment, also the hole for reverse flicking, even though it is a little tough to get to it. But it is a very good knife. I do like the ergos, I do like the shape, and I do like the action. The clip is not reversible though, so that is a little unfortunate. But all in all, this thing's a great knife. So this is third place, the Kizer Militaw, $65 to $70 from Kizer. So now we're going to start bringing in what knife I feel would have made fourth place. So fourth place knife for me, without a doubt, the Ironfly Yolo. That is number 4. This thing used to be $80 and it's now $69. So I think this is an easy fourth place win. So the Ironfly Yolo, 14C28N plunge lock. Very nice. The ergos, reverse flicks very good. Your hand goes right where you want it to be for the hole. So that's an easy fourth place win. Now fifth place for me, we are going to pull out the Kubey hide. Love the action with the front roller there. It just works very good. I love the ergos. I love the shape, the weight, the way it carries in my pocket. 14C28N on the bearings. Can be reverse flick, like I said. You just got to get your finger in there. So it's a little tricky to get at. So for every day, if you're just trying to deploy it, no problem. But if you needed to get your knife open in an emergency, I would definitely go for the front roller there. So very good knife. Used to be $80. Now it's $56 on Amazon. So that's an easy fifth place in my opinion. The Kubey hide. Now we're going to sixth place here. Sixth place. Even though this is HCR, I'd say sixth place is easily going to be the Spyderco Tenacious. The action is good. Solid lockup. You can reverse the clip 4 different directions. It is liner locked on washers, and it's got good action, and it's a Spyderco. So easy sixth place win. This is $55 to $80. I think Amazon has these for $55. So that's a great deal for this knife. So here we go. We're going to seventh place. Seventh place on the knives here is going to be... That's a tough one, but I think, oh gosh, I'm going to have to give it to the Kubeys. Like this knife, it is kind of a small knife, but the ergos are great. The way they put that jimping kind of towards the center of the blade there on the spine, so you don't really need a sharpening choil. You just can get a good choke up this way for cutting, and it is on the like Axis style lock, even though I do got to break in the action a little. It's got good action. The form of this knife is very good, and yeah, I think this is easily deserving of 7th place. So very good. Like I said, the Kubey Breeze runs $70. So now let's see if I have room for the 8th place. Now 8th place, the Kubey Scimitar. Very cool knife. Very good ergonomics. It fits great in the hand. This was going to be 7th place, but I think this one is more deserving of it, to be honest. But yeah, the Kubey Scimitar for 56 bucks on Amazon, and right now Kubey sells it for 70 bucks. So just a very cool knife. This has to be at least top 8 for sure. There you go. These are my top 8 knives. First place, the Raccoon. Second, the Kubey. Third, the Militaw. Fourth, the Ironfly Yolo. Fifth, Kubey Hide. Sixth, Spyderco Tenacious. Seventh, the Kubey Breeze. Eighth, the Kubey Scimitar. Now, bonus knife time. So, bonus knife. The Kershaw Blur, made in the U.S., anodized aluminum, 14C28N steel blade, spring-assisted recurve hollow ground blade. This is a Ken Onion design, and this is liner lock. Very good snappy action. It is spring-assisted though. Some of you may not like that, but the reason this is the bonus knife is because this knife sells all across the board for price ranges. I've seen this over $100. I've seen it 90-something bucks, but you can actually walk into Walmart. They don't show it on the website, but you could walk into Walmart and pick this knife up for $67 brand new. So that's why it's the bonus knife, because it's got great steel, made in the U.S. Very, very nice weight on it as well. Maybe a little tough to sharpen because of the recurve, but it's not a super strong recurve, and I like that it's hollow ground. So this is definitely a very cool bonus knife. So if you're looking for a knife in the $70 range and you didn't like any of these, but you like this, here you go. The Kershaw Blur, made in the USA, 14C28N steel. So there you go, guys. I hope this helps you guys out. If you have any questions or any comments about any of these knives, or you have different opinions, everybody's got an opinion. So if you have different opinions, you have questions, anything like that, leave that in the comments below, and I will be sure to get back to you as quick as I can. Hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend. We're going to catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, people.